Trinity B1 ISC1 4 Skills Test, SELT Secure English Language Tests, B1 English Test ISC1 Skilled Worker, Health and Care Worker, Scale-Up Worker, Student Visas.
Started with our session for today. You want to
Yes.
start off with multi-text.
Okay.
What do you want to start with?
I want to start with reading into writing.
Pick any paper from here.
Okay, 2 is okay.
Can you read the question, please?
Okay. Write an essay, 100 to 130 words, for your teacher about the problems of river pollution in a city or town. Use the information you read in text A, B, C, and D, pages 4 and 5 too. Number 1, describe some problems from river pollution in a city or town or city. Explain some steps that can be taken to help clean up a polluted river and suggest how you think people can be encouraged to look after their local river better. Do not copy from the text, use your own words as far as possible. Okay?
So do you understand this concept that do not copy from the text? You need to ignore this part and focus more on use information from the text A, B, C, and D.
Okay,
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 that's
okay.
the
Yes,
most
I
important
understand.
thing. I think I have
Okay.
shown you a result also, and I told you that this is important, right? Where
Okay.
you need to use information. Have I shown you a picture of a diagnostic report or not?
No.
Wait, I'll show you now. The requirement for write-in here for task 3 and task 4.
Okay. Reading for writing, using information from the reading test in your writing, text fulfillment, answering the question fully and appropriately, organization and structure, organizing your text logically and clearly and presenting your writing appropriately, language control, using the appropriate words and grammar accurately, टास्क फुलफिलमेंट ये तो टास्क 4 का आ गया जी
It's okay. You can read about task 4 also. You'll understand what to do.
ओके Task 4, task fulfillment, answering the question fully and appropriately, organization and structure, organizing your text logically and clearly, and presenting your writing appropriately, language control, using the appropriate words and grammar accurately, communicative effectiveness, starting and maintaining a conversation, attracting with another speaker, attractive listening, showing that you understand and follow other speakers, language control, using the appropriate words and grammar accurately, delivery, using clear and understandable uh, pronunciation, stress, and intonation.
Yes, so can you see that in here there's a bar reading for writing using information from the reading text in your writing. This means there are marks for it. Okay, and anyone who will try to write by themselves and not use ideas from the text, this means that they will get less marks here.
Okay.
And organizing the text and also giving information fully and appropriately, language control, using the appropriate words and grammar accurately. All these things matter. When I say organization and structure, it means firstly, secondly, and thirdly, putting those things together. Okay, now, for example, these are planning notes. They do not carry any marks, but if you can highlight some points and write them in here, that would be okay for you, better for you.
Okay.
So how to start this? It doesn't matter if it's an essay, article, letter, or review. The main thing is that talking about these 3 bullet points. Firstly, comma, I want to describe some problems of river pollution in a town or city, semicolon. This is the beginning of the first paragraph. You'll start your second paragraph as, secondly, I want to explain some steps that can be taken to help clean up a polluted river, semicolon. Thirdly, I want to suggest how I think people can be encouraged to look after the local river better, semicolon.
Okay.
Do you understand? Now we will write
Yes.
in front of it. I want you to do it by yourself. I can display the text in front of you and I can ask you to find the answers. In A and B, they have told about the problems on river.
I read this passage.
Of course you can, because you have to write it down also and show it to me. If you don't want to write it, you can just tell me verbally.
Okay. Okay. Dear editor, the river Mali causes health problems in the city, so we need to take action. Although the other local factories have stopped putting waste into the river, the paper factory is still breaking pollution laws and should have to pay big fines. The mud of the riverbed needs to be taken away because it's polluted with chemicals. Politicians are scared to say this because it brings jobs to the city. But it is obvious that the paper company should pay. Also, people need to be educated. Drinks, bottles, and plastic bags would not be such a problem if people reused or cycled them. The first problem is the paper factory is still breaking pollution laws. The mud of riverbed needed to be taken away because it's polluted with chemicals, or people should be educated while they drinks bottles and plastic bags would not be such a problem. बस यही है.
Also, there are a couple of more things that the waste from factory has increased and oxygen level in the water going down, number of fish and birds decreasing, and also rubbish going up, right?
Yeah, right, right.
Now,
Waste
the
from
second point. Secondly, I want to explain some steps that can be taken to help clean up a polluted river. Steps that could be taken, they are written, that's a mix. So I just want you to read text D, C and D, please, first.
okay. The city is getting millions from the government to improve the river Lamb. How should it spend the money? Paul, I have always thought that the river would be great for kayaking. So, how about a water sports center for people to do things like that? Marcus, it would be great to see people using the river for transport like in the old days. Diana, fear stops a lot of people going to the river. Even a little lightning along the river bank would help people to feel safe. Alex, I did like to see one of the old factories become a museum of the city's industrial history. Alex, and some quality waterside cafes would attract visitors too. Simon, Devna, I agree. Security cameras too to protect people from criminals. Alex, hopefully they will close that fast food place. That would mean less litter on the ground. टेक्स्ट डी थोड़ा सा ऊपर कर दे जी. In the yearly big cleanup on the river Vico, 50 students picked up rubbish from the bank of the river, and several local companies got together to clear the river of fridges, bikes, and other large items. We criticize supermarkets on this side sometimes, but they let staff have time off work to plant trees along the river. So well done to them. Science student Martina Keller took part in the cleanup. She told us in the 5 years since they started, you can see the change. The river's clear again now, not black like it used to be. Plants are growing on the bottom of the river again, and we will see a lot more fish and birds, I'm sure.
Good. Now, if I would ask you to tell me about some of the steps to clean up the river, what would you say? First, pick
Mm,
some steps from D, let's say D and
yeah.
C.
Mhm. Firstly, student picked up the rubbish from the bank of the river, and several local companies get together to clean the river of fridges, bikes, and other large items. And and the other side is students plant trees. 5 years since this, you can see the change. The river's clear again now, not black like it before. Plants are growing on the bottom of the river again. Uh, yeah, they plant the trees.
And also they close water fast food places. Fast food places can cause a lot of litter. Okay, if you want to pick something from text A, what would you like to pick for steps to
Mm, for
steps
step
to
two,
clear up the river?
some step that can be taken to help. Hmm. From text A, causes health problem in the city, so we need to take action. Although the other local factories have stopped putting waste laws, and the mud of the riverbed needs to be taken away. It's polluted with chemicals. The mud of the riverbed needed to be taken away because it's polluted with chemicals. Mm, 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 mm. And people needed to be educated.
One more.
The paper factory is still breaking pollution laws.
Can you now talk about the third point? Thirdly, I want to suggest how I think people can be encouraged. That is in text B. Sorry, text C.
Hmm. Number one is it would be great to see people using the river for transport like the old days.
Yes.
Uh, Free stops, a lot of people going to the river, even a little lightning along the river bank would help people to feel safe. To see one of the old factories become a museum of the city's industries history. ये वाला जो है, I did like to see one of the old factories become a museum of the city's industrial history. Face would attract visitors to यही आएगा ना. People can be encouraged to look after the local rivers. Security cameras to protect people from criminals. हाँ ये वाला एक आएगा point. Security cameras to close the fast food place. Or एक ये they will close that fast food place. That would
But this
mean
place is a
less
step
litter
to
on the
clean up
ground.
the river. This is not the one that is encouragement, but that is to clear up the river, to clean the river, to stop using those places
Mm-hmm.
because they produce a lot of rubbish.
Mm-hmm.
So this is a step to clean the river. By closing fast food places, this means there will be less litter on the ground.
Mm-hmm.
There are other steps besides this that could be used for. encouraging people. We can educate them and the rest of the points, you know, waterside cafes, water sports centers.
Okay.
I think you understand.
Yes, I understand little bit, but my problem is how to write one good passage or essay.
Don't know. I can write that for you. It doesn't matter. Again, it's an article, email, or letter, right? Basically, you have to answer the bullet points. If this question is in front of you, how would you start this?
Okay, जो task 3 है, we have to start like this. Firstly, I will explain, and secondly, I will suggest or explain, and thirdly, we have to write it like this. Is it okay? The full question in the answer.
They have given you a point in the text, and they said that make sure organize information. What is the meaning of organization?
Okay.
Organize
keep all
means to put, organize information means to put it in paragraphs, and like we need to number it. Like we're just trying to tell the examiner that now we're talking about this. Organization and structure.
Okay. आप थोड़ा सा लिखकर बता सकती हैं कि किस तरह से हम उसको आगे से कंटिन्यू करेंगे
किस वाले को?
टास्क 3 को। ये तो आपने प्लानिंग नोट्स में लिखा ना, तो हमने उसको एज इट इज नीचे इसी तरह से लिखना है।
नहीं, ये मैंने
फर्स्ट
इसलिए लिखा है क्योंकि मेरे पास जगह नहीं है, इसलिए नहीं लिखा। मैं लिख सकती हूँ यहाँ पे, मैं ये सब उठा के नीचे लिखना है। ये तो प्लानिंग नोट्स है ना, ये तो सिर्फ इसलिए लिखा है क्योंकि पेज छोटा है ना, इस वजह से यहाँ पे लिख दिया।
ओके ओके ओके, तो इसी तरह से हमने नीचे लिखना है जो हमारी स्पेस होगी। फर्स्टली आई वांट टू डिस्क्राइब सम प्रॉब्लम्स, हाँ लाइक दिस, ओके। और नीचे हमने किस तरह और वो प्रॉब्लम्स लिख देनी है 3 to 4 लाइंस में।
चलो मैं लिख देती हूँ।
आपकी तबीयत ठीक है?
जी जी बिल्कुल, मैं लिख देती हूँ यहाँ पे। हेल्थ प्रॉब्लम्स, increase in rubbish, decrease in number of fish and water birds, chemicals from farms in the riverbed, increased waste from factories. Yes, this is complete information about the problems caused in a town or a city. Then next, picking up rubbish along the river, comma, planting more trees along the river, heavy fine, paying heavy fine on breaking pollution laws, closing fast food places. So these are the steps that could be taken to clean up the river. By using river for transport, by building water sports facilities, creating waterside cafes, making the rivers safer by providing lighting and security cameras to people. People could also be encouraged if they are taught about recycling. Yes, do you understand?
यस। अच्छा, इसमें हमने कुछ भी लंबे चौड़े सेंटेंस नहीं लिखने हैं, बस एक एक वर्ड को पिक करना है और कॉमास डालकर लिखते रहना है।
Yes.
ओके, ये तो इस तरह से तो इजी हो जाएगा, है ना? सही, तो इसमें नंबर आ जाते हैं फिर पूरे सही अच्छे आ जाते हैं।
Depends if you understand the text only then. If you don't understand the text, then not.
ओके 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 ओके, ऑल राइट, सही है, यानी कि समझ आ गई है। फर्स्टली इस तरह से, सेकेंडली और थर्डली तो वो वर्ड्स भी उसमें चले जाते हैं और बाद में उसी में से वर्ड्स पिक करके तो आपने निकाल देते हैं। ठीक है, इंशाल्लाह। थैंक यू।
Now the last part.
अच्छा, लास्ट पार्ट में मैंने ये पूछना था कि इसमें लेटर भी आता है और कुछ और भी चीजें आती हैं, तो उसमें हम उसको किस तरह से लिखेंगे फिर अगर लेटर आ गया?
It doesn't matter. You can just start off with hello friend. That's it. Main thing is this: answer these bullet points, describe different ways of learning a language. That's the main point. This is the information that the examiner wants from you.
हम्म।
It
ओके
it does
ओके
not this is just a reference to make a question that this is for a college website. This doesn't have
हम्म।
any importance. The main thing is this,
ओके।
that this is your topic. Write about
हम्म।
learning another language. That's the topic.
ओके ओके
Describe
ओके
different ways and say why learning a language is important.
ओके 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 ओके।
How will you write this?
It's essay. I will write it like this. Well, learning different languages is very important uh, for everybody, especially for the students, because learning other languages improve your brain
लेकिन ये तो
health.
उसने पूछा ही नहीं है ना, उसको जवाब दे। उसने पूछा मुझे डिफरेंट तरीके बताओ लैंग्वेज लर्न करने के।
Mm-hmm. Describe different ways to learn. Yeah, there are different ways to learn a language. Nowadays, we can learn language on internet, on personal devices, and one more other thing is you can learn language while watching TV movie with subtitle. And if you talk with the people which language you want to learn, if he is native speaker, or and you can learn the other language by reading books.
Yes, and then you can say secondly, I want to say why learning a language is important.
Yeah, learning a language is important for your education, and if you learn a language, you improve your grades.
Yes, language is,
You
why do you
can.
think learning a language is important? That's why I'm saying, before writing, take some points out here so that when you write,
Hmm.
it's easy to explain. For example, um,
Hmm.
so you make some points in here first for why learning a language is important
Hmm.
as a hobby,
Hmm.
as a hobby,
Hmm.
for traveling and tourism, for communication,
Hmm.
for business, for immigration,
Hmm.
for better job, for getting an international degree. And the rest, of course, you know better than me. You can think of more points. Before you start writing, prepare some points here.
Yes, it's better. Okay. अगर हम थोड़ा बहुत भी लिख आते हैं कुछ ना कुछ, तो पास तो हो जाएंगे ना?
Yes.
इंशाल्लाह।
Anything else?
Mm, it improves your confidence, and you can
Why
speak
it is
freely.
important to learn? Why learning a
Mm,
language is important? किस लिए जरूरी है? Okay, you can say it increases your confidence. Why it is
mm,
important? Anything
mm,
else?
You can speak freely. Um, I think that's it.
Okay, now let's move to the next part. Anything else if you want to ask, you can ask me.
जो होता है ना टास्क 1 और टास्क 2, इसमें फिलिंग द ब्लैंक्स आती हैं। तो फिलिंग द ब्लैंक्स अक्सर आती हैं जो आपके साथ, अगर आपको टेक्स्ट समझ में आता है तो आप वो वर्ड्स मैच नहीं करते हैं। तो उसको कोई सॉल्व करने का कोई तरीका है?
क्या अगर लिखा हुआ है ना in 1863 there weren't any trains, तो पैराग्राफ में इससे अलग कुछ नहीं लिखा हुआ होगा। 1863 लिखा होगा, weren't की जगह were no लिखा हुआ होगा, लेकिन होगा
हम्म
ऐसा ही, मतलब सिनोनिम्स हो सकते हैं लेकिन इंफॉर्मेशन सेम होती है।
हम्म। तो सबसे पहले हमें फिलिंग दी ब्लैंक्स करनी चाहिए या क्वेश्चन नंबर आंसर 1 से ही स्टार्ट करना चाहिए टाइम सेव
तो
करने
जो
के लिए?
इजी लगे, लेकिन मैं सजेस्ट करती हूँ 11 to 15 first, then 6 to 10 and last 1 to 5।
ओके ओके ओके।